Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nerds Drink Whiskey. I am continuing my Oregon Spirit Distillery series.
What is it?
The spirits.
Last week we did the wheated whiskey from them, and this is their straight American bourbon whiskey. Now I would like to, let's see if we can get this to show on the camera here. There we go. Oregon Spirit Straight American Bourbon Whiskey. So I really do want to get an interview with, a little Skype interview with the master distiller if we can. We put in a request over a week ago, haven't heard back. But I want to find out what is the difference between their wheated whiskey and their wheated bourbon. I don't know, there's a lot of questions I have. Also, they have a little thing on here at the bottom. It says, distilled from grains. Isn't that all whiskey? I don't know. This is 94 proof. So it's just a touch higher on the proof than last week's. So it's aged 4 years, and I believe last week's was as well. So there's a lot of similarities to the one I'm trying this week and the one I tried last week. You know, when I do my blind taste test, it may be a little challenging on that. So, but the other one's bonded bourbon, which, well, bonded means 4 years, and all their stuff is aged 4 years. So, yeah, I am not making it easy on myself for that blind taste test coming up with featuring nothing but Oregon Spirits distillery product. But
Yeah, stress is so stressful.
anyways, that's what we're covering this week. Now, if you haven't noticed, the thumbnail that we have on every single episode is basically a background picture from something that is also our streaming pick of the week. If you look at the show notes or on the credits that roll at the end of the episode, there is a streaming pick of the week that I've been doing. And I usually pick one show from one of the streaming channels out there. This week, I would actually like to pick an entire channel. So if you haven't ever heard of Curiosity Stream, it's basically, remember the Learning Channel and Discovery Channel and all those kind of things back before they ended up in reality TV hell, and they were actually informative and educational and really interesting. That's Curiosity Stream. It's all that stuff rolled into one.
Please forgive my curiosity.
No reality show stuff. No, best I can do is, no, none of that. It's all science. It's all documentaries and experts and people from NASA and very intellectual stuff. So, but they always had this problem. They had these series that they would put on the channel, and you'd have to manually click each episode. And we've gotten lazy. That's just not how you do streaming. So I kind of avoided them. I subscribe to them because they're just extremely inexpensive. It's the cheapest streaming channel you can get that I know of, but I only watched them every once in a while because it was just such a pain to just, I don't know. I mean, I could watch Disney Plus or Netflix or any of these others, and it just automatically plays episode after episode of while I sit there and edit things on my computer and do my social networking and all that kind of stuff. And well, Curiosity Stream just started doing automated playlists of their series on their channel.
It was celebration time.
Which now all of a sudden, their bandwidth costs are going through the roof, I'm sure, because people are discovering this and fans of the channel are discovering this, and just now they're watching 10 times more on the channel. But if you haven't checked out Curiosity Stream, they did not pay me to say this. Nobody pays me anything to say anything because, well, I'm just too small. But I highly recommend. It's something that I've just been going crazy watching, and I love it. I'm a huge fan of Curiosity Stream. So I just want to plug something that might expand the mind a little bit. We need to stretch our brain muscles more. So, but anyways, here is got a little shot glass this time. Not doing the Glen Karen this week. Now it's going to be a little shot glass. Maybe the gnats won't try and dive in this time. I don't know. I never see any gnats in this house until I try and pour whiskey. What's up with that? Anyways, first off, let's test out on the nose.
Wow, right on the nose!
Definitely a very strong maple syrup thing on the nose. That's pretty much all I'm getting. For 94 proof, I'm not getting a lot of spice. I'm not getting a lot of the red pepper that you get a lot. Yeah, it's just very, very sweet. Almost like a Canadian whiskey. So a lot of Canadian whiskeys, they love their maple. So there's a lot of, yeah, very interesting on the nose, but very pleasant, very subtle. Anyways, Dark Helmet, do your thing.
Ludicrous speed!
So, gotta say, I think the higher proof on this is to its detriment. Like I mentioned last episode, sometimes you get some pepperheads that make the jalapenos just a little bit too much, a little bit too overpowering, and it takes away from the flavor. That's kind of what I think about your higher proof whiskeys. Is sometimes you get a higher proof, and it's a very special distiller that can do that higher proof and have it come across as a lower proof. I've had some cask strength whiskeys that you would think were 80 proof. This is not one of them. That 94 proof really comes on strong. And that's a little disappointing with the 4 years in the cask.
See that magnificent heavily guarded cask?
There's a lot of complexities that are lost with that higher proof. It's not bad by any means, but after last week, I gotta say, I kind of expected more. This is, it's still worth every penny. It's still a recommend, but I would like to taste this with a little bit lower proof, or maybe with a little bit more time in the cask. You know, maybe a 10-year of this would be much better. Yeah. I would like to know, if I interview the distiller, I would like to know what the filtering process on this is. Because I think that maybe that might help things. If it was non-chill filtered, I don't know. But yeah, there's definitely some things that ways that this could be improved on. It could be better. But it's still good. Still a good solid whiskey. I've had worse, and for the price, it is definitely worth it.
I'd buy that for $1.
But I am a little disappointed. I expected more after last week. I think last week's whiskey kind of raised my expectations. So, anyways, that's my review. I do suggest you try it, and I highly encourage you to post in the comments what your thoughts of this whiskey are. If you really like it, feel free to rave about it. Tell me how I'm wrong, politely, respectfully. You know, that's the great thing about whiskey is there's a ton of different expressions out there, and each one of us are going to taste something different with these expressions. So it's okay to disagree, and it's okay to be a fan of something that somebody else isn't a fan of. So anyways, raise your shot glasses, and whatever whiskey you're enjoying, cheers to you. See you next week with Oregon Distilleries, Oregon Spirits. Just they're bottled in bond. Yeah. So see you next week. Hopefully we'll get that interview with their master distiller. I'm going to keep trying. Anyways, cheers.